Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Hey, Doug.
Hi, Mike.
Oh.
Hi, everyone. This is Danielle and Nick Weinstock calling in.
Hi, Danielle and Nick. We heard you. I think Art's getting ready here.
Okay, thank you for acknowledging.
Okay, can anybody hear me? I have somehow,
Hi, Art.
I've somehow closed my Zoom. I can't see anything. I have some kind of failed to sign in. I'm gonna leave the meeting and come back.
Sounds good. Hi, Sherry.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. Did you have a nice trip?
Yourself? Yeah, really good.
Oh, good.
Except coming back, it was absolutely crazy. This world is something else. We got back to Bradley and we had the car parked in a hotel lot and they stole our catalytic converters.
No. Oh,
Yep,
Oh, no.
$6,000 later.
oh my gosh.
Tell me
Jeez.
about it.
Holy cow.
Unfreaking believable. Unbelievable. But beside that, they're doing good.
Good. I'm bracing for the weather tonight. I hope it's not too bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be too bad there. It's just going to be windy and shit like that, but at least it's nice and mild.
Hey, here I am.
Hey, Art.
Jeez.
Welcome.
excited.
Holy mackerel, that was tough. All right, what I was looking for, I couldn't find. And so I guess we'll just get started. It's 7:30 on the nose. We'll call this February 17th, 2022 meeting of the Ashford Agriculture Commission to order. So if I could just, there's a phone, is that you, Nick and Dee with the phone number, right? Is that right? You're on the phone?
Yes, sorry, we got stuck on mute. This is Nick and Dee.
All right. I just needed to know who's here.
Yep.
So, excellent. Thanks so much. We've called to order at 7:30. I know everybody who's here. Seating of alternates, there will be no seating of alternates. We have a quorum with Mike, Sherry, and I. So we cannot seat alternates for vacant seats. So, but we're good. So approval of the minutes of the last meeting. We are going to need to make one change to the minutes. And unless, this is what I have, unless somebody else has some. So let's see, I'm trying to read. So Doug Jenny was seated for Mike Sabiga, and in the minutes I had that Luther was seated for Mike Sabiga. So we need to adjust the minutes to read that Doug Jenny was seated for Mike Sabiga. So does anyone have anything? So moved, okay. Second. Sherry seconds. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we will make that adjustment. So Mike moved and then Sherry. All right, so moving along. Hear from the public. Anyone here from the public that would like to speak? There's recent public. Go ahead, Luther.
Hey, folks. So other than Mike, we've had quite a month. So some of you may or may not know this. I had to resign, or I felt compelled to resign my position on the Ag Commission last week because we have a project that we're in the planning phases of here at our farm, and we're encountering some opposition from the neighbors, and the neighbors were becoming quite hostile and attacking the integrity of the commission through me, attacking me through the commission, attacking the commission through me. And I felt that it was important to try to isolate their conflict with us from the commission. So my apologies for stepping down. I didn't want to, but I felt like it was the appropriate thing to do to protect the integrity of the commission. And I will apologize if I've left you all in a bit of a lurch. It was never my intent. I really enjoyed the work we do. But we're in a bit of a pickle here, folks. We have a project we're in the planning phases of to put some greenhouses on our farm. They're large greenhouses. We make no bones about it. It's a large greenhouse operation, growing food. We started getting, we started going down this road really in September. We started exploring the options of partnering with a company called Agbotic to use their technology to make this work here. And when it became apparent that it might work, I reached out to the town and started working with the land use office in October, about October 14th. We started reaching out to the town and we got all our information, and it looks very feasible. It looks like it's a permitted use. It's agriculture on a farm. Everything should be fine. And that's what the town is telling us. That was our belief. So we try to be very honest and upfront people. And so we felt that the right thing to do was as early as possible, we should let our neighbors know what we're planning on doing. So we're not compelled to, we're under no legal obligation to, there's no zoning requirement to, there's no reason other than our own, now we know, foolishness to tell the neighbors. But we did. So first week of January, I mean, we told them very early on, hey, this is what we're looking at. I spent over an hour in one of the fields with the neighbor, telling them everything, got buy-in, apparently tons of support from them, offers to help. Things looked really good. And about a week later, we were completely ambushed at a selectmen's meeting. Letters were written claiming that I was ethically and morally corrupt. Really untruthful statements have been made all over town. There's a lot of conflict going on. There's been letters submitted on record that are lies. There's been meetings held, including a Conservation Commission meeting at which the neighbors, one of whom is on the Conservation Commission, presented for an hour, almost exclusively falsehoods. All the neighbors on our road were recently, and who knows how much further out, were recently mailed flyers that the neighbor printed that are, again, almost exclusively lies. They've fabricated a false website and that claims to be an organization, SaveConnecticutFarmland.org, to try to distribute misinformation through. There was a Facebook feed that was trending last night that published that flyer along with an article that Claudia wrote for the Neighbors newspaper that goes around, again, promoting lies and untruths and misinformation. We've started hauling in chicken manure for our spring fertilizer, and we even had a phone call from the wetlands agent today because one of the neighbors claims that we're filling in wetlands with our chicken manure in an effort to prepare for who knows what. But so they've completely turned the corner on us from where we thought we were, and are being very hostile and are spreading a tremendous amount of falsehood throughout the town and as far as they can reach. And again, this is a project that's still in the planning phase. So we're still, I don't have formal plans and things locked down to where I feel like I am at a place to be able to do a formal presentation to the Ag Commission or do a formal presentation to anyone, because I don't want to be in a position of presenting one thing and then when we find out from the engineers we have to make revisions or changes, come back and have people then accuse me of lying the first time. People are all too ready to say you're lying. So, that's a little bit of the history and the conflict we're dealing with. Some of the misinformation and outright lies that are being spread. They're claiming that we're going to be growing marijuana. We're not.
I don't even think we can.
It's debatable. It's debatable as to whether we could grow marijuana here because we're limited to agricultural production, and there's some definitions that would be challenging for us to pull that off. They're claiming we're going to grow hemp. We're not currently pursuing hemp. You have to get a license and a permit for hemp. We're pursuing neither of those at this time. They're saying that we're going to pave Varga Road, that Varga Road is going to become a superhighway. We're not asking the town to pave Varga Road. We expect we will have 10 to 12 vehicles a day to support this operation. They're saying that we are running a 24-hour-a-day operation with guards and lighting and truck traffic around the clock. We're doing none of those things. They're claiming that we're going to deplete all the water in the area. We're actually going to use less water than when this farm was a dairy. They are saying that we are industrial and that we're a factory. And neither of those are true. You guys all know what agriculture is. It's agriculture. They're also saying we're going to use 2 megawatts of power a day, which is a pretty staggering amount of power and is off almost by fourfold. Our project, you know, the current farm that's operational in New York, their highest peak load was last August at 540 or thereabouts kilowatts, which is a significant difference from 2 megawatts. We're targeting being a carbon negative, fully organic, completely regenerative farm. We're taking all our surface operations organic. We are doing none of the horrible things they're claiming. And all of this long-winded statement of mine is to make the Ag Commission aware that agriculture in Ashford, at least in our corner of it, is under open attack, open misinformation attack, lies, falsehoods, really horrible, evil sort of stuff. And we're very upset about it. I mean, we've put everything we have into this property for the last dozen years. And, you know, this is not us. We just don't behave this way. Anybody that sees how we act, I think, would understand that. But we're really being attacked, and we want you to know about it. And we'd love any kind of advice or input or help, because we're doing our very best, but it's getting pretty hard. So anything else, Megs?
I think you covered most of it, yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. So thanks for the time. I appreciate it very much.
Thanks for filling us in, Luther. Yeah, I was watching the stuff on Facebook. I think it's been taken down since. So yeah, keep us informed. And when a formal application goes in, we will certainly be ready and able to do whatever we can, I guess. I want to be careful. I want to be careful.
Yeah, and I want to be clear, we're not looking for anything other than intelligent advice as to how to help resolve conflict with our abutting property owners. That's the, you know, we're not a formal applied project yet, but that doesn't mean we're not already experiencing the conflict. So from where we sit, our asking for help is now. It's not once we apply for a project. Once we apply for a project, we'll have been buried under conflict for months. And the conflict is now. It's not at the point of the application. So we need help now, I guess, just to clarify. Thanks.
Sure. So what we would have to do is we'd probably have to get something on an agenda, right, and discuss it. And that probably won't be till the March meeting. So we will address that under action items for next meeting. Here's my agenda.
Luther, Mike Sabiga here. I think this is a classic, seems to me, just from my limited experience, that this is a classic example of not in my backyard. People don't understand agriculture today. And if they did, they would certainly not be objecting, I believe, to what you're planning. I think this is the future of agriculture. I think we have to be very open-minded in order to support our community and our open spaces and our agricultural land. I just can't believe I heard what you were saying. It just a total ignorance.
Yeah, thanks for that.
All right. Thank you, Luther. And we will certainly do the best we can. So I just want you to know that that's our job. So,
yeah.
All right. So anyone else? No. Okay. Communications. So I do have, I have multiple communications. Let's see what I do with all my stuff. You know, I was all organized and I don't know what happened. But let's see. Post-it notes. I lost everything. Oh. Okay, here it is. Here's my post-it note. So I was invited, we were invited, members of the Ag Commission, to a regional Ag Commission meeting in Stafford in April. So if anybody's interested in going, let me know. I'll get you that information. I don't know if I'm going to go, but I'd like to go. So there's that. Bethany.
Bart, is that an in-person meeting or is that a?
I believe it's an
virtual
in-person
meeting
meeting.
like
Yeah. Yeah. That's my hesitation. It is in person. It's not remote.
Okay.
Bethany, thank you, did a whole bunch of homework on education type things. And we got busy with other things, commission wise. So that's why I didn't, she's a lot of good ideas she sent me, and we will be getting to those, Bethany. Thank you so much.
No rush at all, absolutely.
Okay, and I have one more. I have received the written resignations of John Alpe, Dan Zychek, and Luther Brock. I have to say, in one fell swoop, that's probably almost 150 years of agriculture experience and education and wisdom. And it's kind of a kick. So we appreciate and we're honored to have them on our commission with us, working side by side. And we wish them all the best in their future endeavors. Danny Zychek mentioned an urge to rejoin when we get back to in-person meetings. And it's my hope that when the dust settles for Luther, we'll see him around again. So
Very important.
so there's that. So that's the that's communications. Now I lost my. All right. So old business, property taxes status. I've been in multiple conversations with Bill Folletti and asking him what we should do. I felt strongly that we needed to just table the tax things until we got the membership under control. So I sent him this email. I'm going to read it and I can. Good afternoon. I sent it to all the Board of Selectmen and Chris Abakoff. This time I'm asking the Board of Selectmen to set aside further consideration of the Agriculture Commission's proposals regarding tax abatements and ordinance changes until such time as the Agriculture Commission has reorganized and is prepared to move forward. Thank you for your consideration of this matter. On the phone, Bill Folletti was very supportive and very supportive of the Agriculture Commission. He offered anything he could do to find new members. They're going to be putting a listing in the Citizen of all the commissions that are short on members and urging people to get involved. So, so that's where we are on the tax thing. So as soon as we can get, at least get the full, at least get the members, the 5 member spots filled, start working on a new chairman. I think at that point, we can start really looking at getting it back on the tax abatement stuff. So that's my opinion. And that's what I did. So if anyone, is there any concerns among the commission that I've overstepped my bounds or acted inappropriately, please let me know and we'll handle it. But
Absolutely not, Art. I think you're doing a fine job and I think you should be commended for it.
well, thank you so much, Mike. That means a lot. Thank you. All right. So membership.
Yeah. Yeah, Art, I think those are the right things to be focusing on at the moment
Thanks, Doug.
for the commission.
Thank you. So membership. So here's where we are. Right now, we have myself as chairman. My term ends on March 15th of this year. We have Mike Sabiga as vice chairman. His term ends on the same day. We have Sherry Simpson, the other full member. Her term ends on the same day, March 15th. So we have the Zychek vacancy, the Alapi vacancy, and 3 alternate vacancies. So what we had worked on was Doug was agreeable to moving into a full member. It's actually just a member position. That's what I was looking for, the paperwork where I had printed all that out. So Doug was thinking about going full-time, full member. And then maybe, and we had voted that he would become vice chair. Then Nick Weinstock had agreed to step up as an alternate. Paul Varga, remind me did Paul agree to do something? Who remembers?
Let me look here. I think he agreed to be a full-time member.
Luther, is that right?
Yeah, he was going to take a full member role. He had originally been slated to take Carl's spot.
All right, full, replace Carl. Okay. Meg, you had mentioned you were thinking of an alternate. Is that still on the table, or?
I am potentially still interested in being an alternate, yes.
Okay, good, awesome.
Thank you.
Do you think that's a bad idea?
I think it'll to continue to tack,
That's
but
the
Meg's
question,
choice.
is whether it
It's Meg's
opens us
choice,
up to
but
continue to tack, so.
both us and the commission, by Meg taking on a role, will that in some way put the commission in a bad spot because our neighbors are going to continue attacking us. We don't expect them to stop.
That's absolutely fine. Opposition is opposition. If you don't stand up and on your own 2 feet, then you're going to get plowed down. And I agree with you 100%.
So then I will do it.
All right. So Meg will alternate. We just need to figure out whose seat you're going to take, but that's easy enough. So
I think you got one more alternate left, or
I do have another, yeah, we have 3 alternate seats open. Bethany. Alternate seats easy. You don't have to come to every meeting, but in a pinch, if you're there and a member doesn't show, we'll put you in.
Sorry, I'm also watching the child, as you can show. He really likes his face. I would be open to an alternate position.
All right, so that's gonna fill us up. That's awesome.
Muted me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Bethany.
Glad to step up and help.
Yeah,
So,
this is exciting. Thank you.
so so I have to get these names right because the motions that we make that go to the town, to go to the Board of Selectmen everything's got to flow together. So I'm writing this all down so we do this right and do it once. So Nick is going to take an alternate seat, replacing, I think, we'll replace Luther with Nick. Doug is going to be full member, replacing Zychek. Paul Varga is going to be a full member, replacing Carl Faltzgraf. Meg is going to be an alternate, replacing. Nope. Carl Faltzgraf was an alternate.
That's
Right.
correct.
So Paul Varga would have, if he's taking a full, he would have to replace Alapi.
I think so.
Yeah.
So did he want to be an alternate or did he want to be a full member?
My notes say full member. I just wrote Paul full-time
All right, so then
from our
he
December
will,
meeting.
so Paul will be replacing Alapi. So
Oops.
we got, and so Meg will be an alternate replacing Carl Faltzgraf. So we have Nick taking an alternate, looking to take an alternate seat, replacing Luther. We have Doug looking to move into a full seat, replacing Dan Zychek. We have Paul Varga, full seat, replacing John Alpe. Meg, an alternate seat, replacing Faltzgraf. And Bethany will be an alternate, taking the vacant. We've had a vacant alternate seat for the longest time. All right. Now we start the motions.
So Art, I'm looking at the town website right now and it says my seat on the commission expires March 15th as well. No, it expired last year, March 15th.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in your records.
Doug Jenny, I have your term started on March 15th of 21 and expires on March 15th of 24.
Okay.
All right, wait.
Then I don't know what the dates on the website are for then.
So we gotta, all right, so I'm confused now because if we're moving you from an alternate seat to a full seat, somebody on an alternate needs to be replacing, Bethany will be replacing, instead of vacant, will be replacing Doug Janney's seat that he's leaving to move up.
Right.
All right, now it makes perfect sense.
Okay.
All right, so I have the wording for the motions, I have to find that. Tab's right here. All right. So I'm gonna read through the motion. Then either Sherry or Mike's gonna move the motion and then the other one is gonna second it. So can I have a motion that to recommend to the Board of Selectmen that Doug Jenny be appointed to fill the member seat held by Dan Zychek until the end of Dan Zychek's term, which is March 15th of 2024.
So moved.
So moved. Can I have a second, Mike?
Second.
I gotta keep track of this.
Write it down.
So. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. All right, so Doug Jenny replacing Dan Zychek. Unanimous. Who made who made the motion? Do you remember?
I did.
So it was Sherry, then Mike,
I second.
then unanimous. All right. Next. I have a motion to recommend to the Board of Selectmen that Paul Varga be appointed to fill the John Alapi vacancy until the end of the term. Original term dated to it's over here. Alapi. Until March 15th of 2024. Original term of 3/15/21 to March 15th of 2024.
So moved.
Mike Sabiga,
Second.
second. Sherry. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. All right. So I need a motion that the Agriculture Commission recommend to the Board of Selectmen that Nick Weinstock be appointed to fill the term of Luther Brow for the term of March 15th, 2021 to March 15th of 2024.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Gary, Mike, second. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Okay. Can I have a motion that the Agriculture Commission recommend to the Board of Selectmen that Bethany Knowlton be appointed to fill the term vacated by Doug Jenny for the term of March 15th, 2021, ending on March 15th of 2024.
So moved.
So moved.
With great honor.
Second.
Sherry, second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. All right, we got one more.
Excuse me, Art. I know this is out of protocol because I'm not on the commission speaking out of turn, but I wanted to call your attention to something. The motions I heard, you already have nominated 2 people to fill the 2 full seat vacancies. Is
Right.
that correct? One of them is Paul.
Yes,
Was the other one Doug?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to clarify. I'd gotten turned around. Thank you.
Don't
You're
turn me
correct.
around, Luther. That's easy to do. All right, one more. All right, can I have a motion that the Agriculture Commission recommend to the Board of Selectmen that Meg Brouk be appointed to fill the vacancy of Carl Faltzgraf until the end of his term being March 15th, 2019 to March 15th of 2022. It'd be a couple weeks.
Yeah,
He'd still be full.
Yeah.
I have a motion for that.
So moved.
Mike Sabiga. Second, Sherry,
Yep, second.
further discussion?
So they'll approve me and then I'll be out by the time the next meeting comes around.
Well, you will be, but then, so it'll be the first meeting in March. So then they will in turn ask me, does Meg want to stay? And I will ask you and you will say yes or no. And we will go forward from there.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds very good.
All right. So, did we vote on that one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. All right, so it's gonna take me probably half an hour to write these all out so I can put them in the minutes, but so that's that. Super productive meeting, let me tell you. So we are gonna, I just wanted, there was a couple things I'm just gonna add here at the end. I wanted to do in the beginning. I emailed out, everybody should have got the ordinance that created the
Yes.
Art,
commission.
Art, before we get off of membership, do you need to ask Mike and I if we're willing to stay?
Oh, yes, okay, that's right.
Because don't our
Oh,
terms
I got ahead
expire?
of myself with Meg there. So since all of our terms end on March 15th, 2022, I'm willing to keep going. And I will stay on as chairman until such time as we elect a new chairman. So Sherry, Mike, are you guys, do you want to have your terms renewed?
Yes, I'm willing to stay on as long as I can possibly do it.
Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you. And you too, Sherry. Thank you.
Yep, I'm a yes.
All right, so the minutes will reflect that the three of us have agreed to extend our terms. And then the minutes will reflect the motions that we made and who's going to do what. The
Thank you.
Board of Selectmen has agreed to take up this membership thing at their first meeting in March. That's what when we got to the membership at the last meeting, I asked for a month to do this.
Mhm.
And we got it done in one meeting. I'm really super happy. I'm really super happy. It was a good work, everybody. Thank you so much. So just to touch on the ordinance, I had prepared this in case we had a lot of other people here to talk about this, but we don't. So everybody else knows we are advisory and educational by ordinance. And that is our job. And to also to foster and provide information and increase awareness. And also per this is to mediate. And so we will be working on that for Luther hopefully at our next meeting. So welcome, Nick, Meg, Bethany. Doug gets a promotion. And Dee, you're lucky. You're lucky. There wasn't another vacancy. And
I am lucky.
You are lucky. And if it wasn't you, I was gonna chase down Ginger too, because because we need some smart people.
Hey,
Anyway,
we've always got options.
we do. And so thank you, everyone. So and I don't know, did I have anything else? So action items for the next meeting, we will so everybody start digging. Action items for the next meeting will be, I will go to the board, I will submit these minutes. I will go to the Board of Selectmen meeting and prepared to present the motions we just made. And there should be no reservations. And action items for the next meeting. Everybody start thinking about how we can work as mediators or arbitrators or maybe educators to try and work on the neighborhood issues that Luther's and Meg are having. So, so get your idea hats on. You will be members at the next meeting, so you'll all be able to speak freely as members, alternates at the same time.
If the selectmen approve.
If the selectmen approve, yeah. And then we'll be thinking, we'll probably have to talk to Paul or see who's, I mean, so for a new chairman has to be a full member seat, so can't be an alternate. So, so we'll have to see how that goes. Maybe Sherry will be chairman, I don't know. Somehow I don't think so, but you can always hope.
You never know. I might get inspired. between now
Never
and then.
know.
There we go, Sherry.
Never know. I think we need more smart women on our ag commission.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. From what I saw on Facebook today, there's a couple of them, and it was impressive. It was impressive what I was reading. So anyway, so that's all I have. Let me just check my agenda, make sure I didn't miss anything, if I can find it in this pile of crap. This is what happens when you turn papers over and write on the back. And then adjourn the next meeting. Yep, and we'll probably next meeting, Bethany, now that we've got you on the commission, we'll start working on your education stuff, and maybe that'll all be, we can tie that all together. So anything else? There you go. All right. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Meeting is adjourned at, all those in favor?
Aye.
8:11 p.m. Thank you so much, everybody. And
All right. Thank
I'll let
you.
you know about the Board of Selectmen meeting, and maybe you can all go and just watch what happens. So,
Great. Thank you very much, Art.
and thank you,
Okay.
Mike. Thank you,
Thank
Meg,
Thank you.
Bethany.
Thanks,
Meg,
everyone, for your
Doug.
help.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Take care.